Pisces, this is your forecast for the month of January 2018. This is a general reading for Pisces Sun, Pisces Rising, or Pisces Moon. For a more rounded overview, watch your rising and moon sign. You can join me on Facebook and Instagram for daily insights on tarot and astrology, as well as my pay-per-view channel, vimeo.com/thealchemistastrologer, where you can find on-demand pages for love, finance, and other readings. Your weekly readings will always be free here on YouTube, but if you'd like to support me on Patreon, I'm now at patreon.com, The Alchemist Astrologer, and all of this information is down below in the description box. Now, the second week you have a major card. This is the Emperor, fire energy. So perhaps you were trying to find something out in connection to this person or entity or vice versa. Now, the Emperor may represent your father, a husband, somebody of power in a high position. So this could be your boss, an employer, or some stable business person. This could also be, again, a rivalry, an opponent, somebody that is in opposition to you, or this could be somebody that's helpful to you. And this could very well be you taking on a trait. Now, this may be a corporation, the company you work for. It could be the school that you attend. It could be the bank. It could be the government in some way. So this is any person or entity that has some power and some influence over you, your environment, your situation. So this is someone of authority. For some of you, this is a tie to an Aries person. And this is a week that focuses on your responsibilities, the demands being put upon you, dealing with authority figures or acting as one, asserting yourself, and the manner in which you do in order to wield some influence. Because this is a week where you're very driven. There's something that you want, some sense of success. Maybe you want to get respect. Maybe you're trying to create something, and something that gives you long-term security, stability. That may be wealth. That may be, recognition in your field. It could simply mean becoming your own person. For some of you, you're trying to figure out how to establish yourself or something you're involved in, a project, a business, a pursuit. And in other cases, there's some anger and confrontation because somebody's having to face the consequences of their actions. So this is a week where control is very important, and people may be vying for power and control, and emotions are riding up to the surface. You're very protective about, how you're fitting into your group or what your sense of security is. And last week you were trying to figure out something. You were trying to get some answers. And this week you want to know the truth about something. Where do you stand? And so you may be asserting yourself and taking charge of something that's important to you. In fact, you're going to find yourself speaking your truth, being very direct, and putting it all out there, even if that's not how you consciously decided to go about things. You're going to be very clear about how you feel about something. And you're going to devote a lot of effort, energy, and mental force behind something that means a lot to you because you're willing to take on greater responsibility. So you may be having some kind of awakening. You're trying to take control of a situation to establish yourself in some way and something that's important for you. Now, it may mean trying to ground yourself, trying to find yourself on solid footing. And for some of you, there's been a lack of progress. Maybe you've been running away from problems or, again, refusing to face something. Maybe there's some inferiority complexes or some problems accepting greater authority. Or maybe you're just being impatient or indecisive or unreliable, or you're too narrow-minded about something and you're excessive in your thinking. You're too logical. You're not in touch with your emotions. Maybe you find emotions to be a burden. So either you're abusing power, or you're dealing with someone who is, or there's a lack of direction. Somebody doesn't know how to move forward. They're not claiming their power. So if that's the case, it's going to be hard to take control of a situation. And maybe somebody's being overly aggressive. They're pushing too hard. They're pushing too far. They're trying to make things move too quickly. And as a result, more problems occur. So there's too much self-righteousness, too much unwillingness to compromise. And there's a focus on the self in great intensity that actually ends up isolating you socially, emotionally. Again, maybe you're having difficulty. You want to push something, and that something is beyond your power. You can't change it, and it's creating some turmoil, some conflict inside of you that spills over into your physical well-being. So this is a week for you to try to solve problems rationally, but don't get so obsessed with your goals that you end up undermining what you're going after. This is about being a leader and not running over others, or so concerned with self that all you can see is what you are demanding. You're being too petty, too critical, because ultimately you're going to understand that you don't hold the power that you think you do. Or perhaps you're coming in contact with somebody and you're going to let them know that they're not running the show.